Samaritans. We'll be with you as soon as we possibly can. Please stay on the line. We're here to offer you emotional support, whatever you're going through. We're putting you through to a volunteer now.
Oh, you're through to the Samaritans. How can I help?
Good evening. My name is Howie.
Hi, Howie. My name's Ben. What's caused you to call Samaritans this evening?
I can't access medical care.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Howie. Tell me a bit more about that.
In 2004, I had a hospital operation that left me unable to walk. But I was not able to communicate with the hospital and with the GP because the NHS uses very complicated medical terms about everything they do. They call it primary, secondary, tertiary. You know, the NHS has to use English, people's English. Don't invent an entirely new vocabulary about the health service. We, the great British people, we don't want your NHS version of English. We want our version of English. You call them hospitals, you call them GPs. You don't call them primary, secondary and tertiary. This is not our language.
So, Howie, what in particular has upset you this evening that's caused you
No, I'm not upset. I mean, I'm just trying to explain that I cannot access healthcare because they use medical terminology that I cannot understand. Like, for example, they call a doctor for your intestines a gastroenterologist. Why can't they just call them an intestine doctor? Why do we have to use foreign Greek words? This is Great Britain. We need English words for English things. Then we can understand our healthcare system.
So this was 2004, Howie?
Yes.
That you had the operation?
Yes.
So, gosh, 20 years ago, there or thereabouts.
Yeah, and because I have a brain injury, I was unable to communicate adequately with the hospital, and they just got rid of me. They just said, oh, throw this disgusting person we failed in the rubbish bin. So then my GP had to send me to the wheelchair service, and then my GP got rid of me. And then because the GP got rid of me, the wheelchair service got rid of me. And I worked for 10 years with advocates. 10 years, can you believe that? And they couldn't. all of those, I don't understand who funds these advocates, but they can't achieve anything.
And so they didn't manage to make any progress at all.
Well, they did the opposite of progress. They just confused everything. Whenever I hear the word advocate, I just think, oh God, steer clear of those useless losers.
Yeah. So, 20 years. What's happened to your life over that time?
My children have been repeatedly raped.
Gosh, Harry, that's terrible.
I went to the GP and said I was struggling to look after my children because I had to travel too far and it was causing me a lot of pain. And instead of like getting me a proper wheelchair, the GP had my children abducted and deported to a foreign country where they had no family. They were left homeless and raped.
So, take me back to 2004. What caused the medical condition that caused all the problems, Howie?
A coma.
A coma?
And a fever. A coma from a fever. I was in a coma because my brain overheated.
Right.
So I ended up with brain injury.
And so you had an operation then, Howie?
No. Oh yes, that was in 2004. The brain injury was 1990, and the hospital operation was 2004.
Right. And so, who was looking after you then when you had the operation 2004? So you said there were difficulties with that. And
You want to know? You want to know the name of the hospital?
No.
Well, you said. What do you mean by who was looking after me?
Yeah, family or.
Nobody was looking after me then.
So when you came out of hospital, what happened, Howie?
I was in severe pain. I couldn't walk anymore.
And who was looking after you then? Where did you live?
At that time, I was in temporary accommodation. Council accommodation. Oh.
And what was that like, Harry?
It was full of thieves.
So that left you in a very bad way, Harry. And then what happened after that?
My children were abducted and raped.
And did you report it, Harry?
Who to? The people who raped them.
Well, to the police.
Yeah, but they're the people who raped my children. They're the people who broke into my brother's house and took the children away. I'm not going to say, oh, hello, Mr. Rapist. You're a fucking rapist bastard. Can I smash this big fucking heavy log in your fucking face?
Howie, we don't need to have that kind of language.
We do, actually, because I have a brain injury, and when you say something to me like, go to the rapist who've raped your child, that causes me to have a seizure. And when I have a seizure, I can't control my language anymore.
So, Harry, are you talking to anybody else about how you feel at the moment?
There's nobody else. Who am I going to talk to? Who wants to listen to a disgusting, smelly, disabled person with a brain injury? Even the Samaritans have struggled to listen to me.
So, have you talked to anybody else? Family, GP, or...
What? You think I should say to the fucking GP, you fucking child rapist, fuck off? No way! I'm not going to the same people who raped my child.
Howie, you're going to need to control your language.
I can't control my language. I have a brain injury.
We'll have to end the call, I'm afraid.
Okay, this call is being reported to the head office. You can't talk to disabled people like that. You cannot insult people if they have a speech impediment. That is just rude.
Well, Howie, I don't think that's what I'm doing.
It is well, my dear friend. You have to look at yourself and you have to analyze exactly what you're saying to people. If somebody has a speech impediment, you can't just go around insulting them. You provoke the problem by telling me to go to rapists. I am not going to rapists.
So, Howie, I'm afraid I'm going to have to end this call.
I'll do you the favour.